Okay.
Okay. I think we had a motion to remove this from the table. I was looking for a second.
Yeah.
I will second that. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm really
Good.
distracted. Yes, second.
All right. Have a motion removed from the table. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize the board president, vice president to execute the professional services agreement with DJ Construction for on-call construction consulting services with total fees not to exceed $100,000.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify. Oh,
If you want to hear about it. Jeff Schaefer, city engineer. Very briefly, as we've had some staffing changes in public works that you're all aware of. Previously for vertical construction projects, for building projects, both myself, but especially Mr. Lucas, has been a key staff member working with other departments when they are building projects. With Mark taking on more responsibilities, as I'm taking on more responsibilities, we spoke with the mayor's office and decided bringing in a construction consultant made the most sense. So this is not a general contracting contract. This is not a construction management contract. This allows departments to reach out to DJ when they have building needs, to have them come in, give them pricing, give them ideas, make sure it's a scope that makes sense, and then the projects will be bid or quote to a contractor.
How often does this come up?
I would say at the moment, we probably have 4 or 5 kind of open construction projects. For example, the restrooms in Fire Station number 1 need to be remodeled. Mark had been working with the police department on some window issues there. So they're not big projects. But just having a third party to come in who does this every day will really help out a lot of departments.
Okay, thank you.
this is a set fee without regard to the number of projects they're consulting on?
So this is an hourly rate, and it's a maximum of $100,000. Each of the individual departments were responsible for paying this out of their own budgeted contractual funds.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions or comments for Jeff? If not, go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed,
Aye.
same sign.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize the board president to execute the professional services agreement with DLZ Indiana LLC. Oh, the vice president, sorry. For the Prairie Street pedestrian crossing with fees not to exceed $83,700.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Jeff?
Board members, you do see a couple graphics in your packet. This is a pedestrian crossing at Prairie Street, right near the Elkhart and Western Railroad. And this is kind of a last finishing touch to the River District project. Mr. Wolgemuth, who's actually in the room today, worked really hard a number of years ago to get us a grant for the New River Greenway, which connected the Environmental Center and the Maple Heart Trail to downtown. But we're missing that last little link. Initially, we looked at doing a project where we'd go under the 2 bridges. We came up with a pretty good plan for that, and the Army Corps of Engineers didn't like that idea. So we are looking at this new option, which is a crossing at the street itself using what's called a hawk signal, which is a pedestrian signal that when somebody pushes the button, it first flashes yellow and then it's eventually red, just like a traffic signal. And again, this is a quick sketch that Mr. Wolgemuth put together, so we appreciate his effort on this. But we'd like to bring in DLZ to do the final design of this work. This will be paid out of River District funds.
Anyone have any questions? This would be like the one over by High Dive?
This is a little more substantial. This is actually an overhead signal. Which we feel in this particular location, based on the amount of traffic, the speed, and most importantly, the curve, we just need something that's a lot more visible. But this will provide a really nice link from the River District to all of our parks and such that follow the Elkhart River.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize the city engineer to execute the professional services agreement with Weaver Consultants Group for compaction testing at the Elkhart County Courthouse demolition with fees not to exceed. That looks to me like $9,000.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it should be much higher, so that was.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second.
Board members, this is just a kind of a real small contract. As C&E Excavating is demolishing the courthouse, they will be removing the basement that's underneath it. They'll be placing backfill there. While we love C&E, we like to double check their work and make sure the backfill that's placed is solidly compacted so that when that site redevelops, we don't have any foundation issues. So that's the point of this contract. This is also an hourly contract to a maximum. It's possible we won't even use this full amount.
Any questions? When will the construction or the deconstruction begin?
We're expecting it to begin sometime in early April. The major demolition requires water to be sprayed on the building. So obviously in a day like today, we can't do that.
Right.
So we just need to wait for the weather to break.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the allowance adjustment number 1 for bid 24-13 Oakland Avenue Project B, CSO Storage, decreasing the solar energy allowance from $350,000 to $0 and increasing the contingency allowance from $200,000 to $550,000, resulting in no net change in the overall contract price.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
So board members, we're just kind of memorializing something. In the Oakland tank contract, we originally had an allowance to do some solar panels on the top of the tank. We've determined that's really not viable. And so what we want to do is take that money and put it towards some other potential project contingencies. We are working kind of through our contingency budget, which is only $200,000, and this is on a $38 million project. So having a little more contingency money available will significantly reduce the chance of a large change order. So this is just kind of some record keeping, moving the numbers around without changing at all the overall contract price.
Anyone have any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize the transfer of Elkhart County parcel number 20-06-04-009.000-012 and Elkhart County parcel number 20-06-04-355-010.000-012 from the Board of Public Works to the Redevelopment Commission and authorize the board president or board vice president to execute the documents on behalf of the board.
I second.
Have a motion and a second.
Board members, this is the first step of doing a kind of a property transfer between the Board of Public Works and the Redevelopment Commission. And Adam Fans here, if you have any questions of what we're headed towards. But basically these two parcels follow the Elkhart and Western Railroad at the east end of State Street. The adjoining property owner would like to get a hold of them. The adjoining property owner also has some parcels that the Redevelopment Commission is interested in. So I think eventually this will turn into a property swap. So this is simply authorization that will then be sent to the Redevelopment Commission. They'll do the legwork of preparing the documents. That's why there are no documents for the board president or vice president signed today. But this would then authorize the board president or vice president to sign those documents once the Redevelopment Commission has gone through their process. And so, like I said, the intent is this now city-owned property will eventually end up in the hands of the adjoining property owner as it goes through the Redevelopment Commission. And the Redevelopment Commission will get some other parcels in a different part of the city that they are interested in.
Yeah. Question.
Good morning, Adam Fan, Assistant Director of Redevelopment.
Adam.
Mr. Schaefer is correct. So these parcels are adjacent to a parcel at the end of State Street that a local owner local property owner has. He also has parcel at the end of Karen Drive off of Cassopolis Street.
Mhm.
That parcel is part of a larger project on Emerson that we are currently looking at, that we would need for an easement to bring water in from Cassopolis Street down Karen Drive to make a loop, the Emerson property. So we are looking at doing a property swap with this owner for his Karen Drive parcel for these two State Street.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve change orders number 11, number 12, and number 13 for the street department salt facility with a total amount of $61,381.71, resulting in a contract price of $1,414,965.10.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Board members, I'm sure you all visit the street department regularly. But if you've seen the new facility there, the salt facility, it is substantially complete and in operation. But what we noticed once it was in operation is that it is a very tall building, 42 feet tall in the middle. And we want to actually, on the front of the building, build a skirt wall at the top, which will protect a little bit from rain and weather getting in. And so that's the largest chunk of this change order. So it's a design change. You know, once we had the building up in the air, we thought this is something we needed to add. It just made more sense for the building. The other two changes include putting a sign on the building, which matches the sign on the Main Street Department building, as well as adding a hose and hose reel for the de-icing system. That was something that was not included in the original design. We are still within our budget for the project. We're right at the tippy top of that budget. And once this work is done, the project will be fully complete.
Any questions? Sorry, I didn't hear what the hose is for.
That's for the de-icing system.
Oh, okay.
The beet juice system just it'll make it a lot easier for the staff to handle it.
Okay, thanks. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve change order number 1 to Napanee Street Pedestrian Bridge Repair Contract with Crane Industrial Service Company, Inc. due to changing site conditions, increasing the contract price from $11,100 to $16,900.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Board members, if you recall, at Christmas time last year, right at the end of the year, we did a kind of quick turnaround contract with Crane Industrial Services. And this is due to some reinforcement work on the columns that support the approaches at the Napanee Street pedestrian bridge. As you're probably aware, we are inspecting that bridge every 3 months, and we have noted a couple of the other columns also need some reinforcement work. Crane did a good job for us last time. While we do note that this change order is more than the normally allowed 20%, it's due to new things we have seen since Crane worked originally. And we also would note that it's well under the $50,000 procurement limit for opening quotes. So we still think this is well within both the state rules and the city's procurement policy to do this as a change order rather than a new contract.
Questions?
What is the longer term plan for that bridge now?
Sure. That's actually, I think, the next item on the agenda.
Okay, then we'll just,
We can talk about that a little bit.
got it. Okay.
So does that now mean that all these columns have now been examined? We're not going to have more later?
Well, that's, so the next item on your agenda, which is some work we'd like to do this summer, we plan to reinforce all of the columns.
Separate contract?
Yeah,
Contract.
that'll be under a separate contract.
All right. Very well. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Pose same sign.
Oh, there it is. That, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why I'm confused. So this is the next one here? Okay.
Got it.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the bid document and grant permission to advertise bid 26-09 Napanee Street Pedestrian Bridge Restoration Project.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Yeah, so this is the project we would like to do this summer. So we're really dealing with the Napanee Street Bridge as it's reaching the end of its useful life in kind of 3 stages. Like I said, it's being inspected every 3 months. If we see anything that needs to be addressed immediately, we handle that. This is some work we want to do this summer, and the goal of this work is to extend the life for another 2, 3, or up to 4 years while we do the design and funding for a replacement. So what we'll be doing this summer is we will reinforce the rest of the columns. We're going to paint the bridge, remove some of the scaling of the steel that's coming off of that, sand it, paint it. We're also on some of the footers going to do some fill around the footers and the anchor bolts to reinforce those. And lastly, the concrete deck on the top will get an epoxy coating over it to smooth out some of the areas that have pitted a little bit and a new surface. So this is work that we've been discussing with the mayor's office. The mayor supports to again allow us to continue to use the bridge while the design and funding of the replacement bridge is underway.
Thank you. That's good.
All right. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. Motion passes. I think we'll move this other item up.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the Board of Works Resolution 26-R-02 transfer and appropriation request CSO 13 Beardsley Sewer separation.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Jeff?
I'm going to handle this one, board. Last one for me, I promise. So CSO 13, the Beardsley Sewer separation, this is part of our long-term control plan. But rather than, we opened bids for this last week, if you recall, or last meeting, and it came in just under $1 million. So rather than borrow that money, we have sufficient money in our stormwater utility funds that it fits very nicely with the funds we have in there to move those funds into a capital line so that we can do this project. So that's really the intent of this action, is to take those stormwater funds, and this is a stormwater project. While it is separating sewer, we're building a lot of new storm sewer. So it also meets the goal of the stormwater utility for the sewer separation. So felt this was a better funding mechanism than taking this for an additional SRF loan. This fits nicely, and we can pay this with cash rather than borrowing.
Any questions? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the specifications and grant permission to advertise quote number 26-07 City Retention Basin Maintenance.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. Morning.
Morning, Mark Lucas, Public Works. This is annual routine maintenance for city-owned retention basins.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move that we award quote for Second Street bus shelter installation to Premium Concrete, who submitted the lowest responsive quote with a contract price in the amount of $24,750.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
This is for new permanent bus shelters. We'd moved the ones at the courthouse temporarily. These will be permanent on the east side of Second Street.
So I have a question about how that's going to work. That is a fairly narrow sidewalk on that side of the road. So what is the plan for, are you going to be right up against the fence to the post office?
Yes, they'll butt up against the fence.
So it's just, it'll basically just take up the sidewalk then?
No, there'll be room in front to pass by. Yeah, they'll sit back a little.
Okay.
ways. Yeah.
But it's going to be on that. Okay. And will the other one remain as well, or will those go
I
away?
think they're going to remain for now. Yeah, we're going to see how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we award bid number 26-01, CSO 13 Sewer Separation Project to Selge Construction Company, who submitted the lowest responsive bid with a contract price in the amount of $916,604.60.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Yeah, we received two very competitive bids, no discrepancies, and Selge would be the low bidder on that.
Okay, then. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Awarded to Selge.
Mr. Chair, I move that we award bid number 26-08, 2026 Street Department Resurfacing Curb Ramp Project to 2026 Street Department Resurfacing Curb Ramp Project to Selge Construction Company, who submitted the lowest responsive bid with a contract price in the amount of $372,400.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Again, we've received three very competitive bids. Selge was the lowest. And yeah, no discrepancies.
Good. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve change order number 8 for the Oakland Avenue Force Main Phase A project for an increase of $6,926, bringing the current contract price to $12,484,724.38.
May I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Morning.
Morning, morning. This is for a change to the wayfinding signs that are out there. The wayfinding signs that were put in the bid package were incorrect and did not match what is seen throughout the rest of the city. I've got packets showing what the original versus what the existing or what the proposed is. They're a larger sign, which would cost more money. That's what the
Sorry,
changes.
don't forget to state your name for the record.
Oh, sorry, Jason Simnick, project manager.
Thanks, Jason. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve change order number 9 for the Oakland Avenue Force Main Phase A project for an increase of $11,200, bringing the current contract price to $12,495,924.38.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Yes, this is for signal loop work done at the Indiana and Napanee intersection. This was added later to the project at the request of the street department. Street department will be paying this portion of that. We just needed to have it done as part of the contract that we have with C&E.
Okay, do any of you have any questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve and sign the professional services agreement amendment between the city and Klein Peter Consulting Group LLC for the Oakland Avenue Force Main Phase A.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Yes, this PSA that we have with Klein Peter is for the weekly check-in of the Davis-Bacon wages for the Oakland Project A and all the paperwork involved with that. We had a contract with them for 104 weeks, which would be 2 years, and we are well beyond that. So we're just doing an amendment so that he can then bill us higher than what the original PSA was. Because we're going to get up to basically we've changed it so we're at 134 weeks, which will get us through, I believe, the end of April, and this project will be completed by then. So,
Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to utilities.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept and place on file the wastewater utility monthly report of operations for the month of January 2026.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Matt Hogerby, Public Works. To report on our wastewater MRO for the month of January 26. It was a relatively uneventful month as far as the plan is concerned. We were within permit limits on all measured criteria. We did have 3 wet weather events in the month of January, even though I think our average temperature in January was like 2 degrees. But we did get some rain, totaling about 250,000 gallons due to the wet weather overflows. The water MRO for the month of February 26, once again, pretty uneventful. We distributed about 226 million gallons of water into the system. All of our measurable permit limit requirements were within spec.
Questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion
Mr.
passes. Go ahead.
Thanks, Matt.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept and place on file the water utility monthly report of operations for the month of February 2026.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Pretreatment.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the pretreatment staff to move forward with the publication process to publish in the Elkhart Truth those significant industrial users that were in significant noncompliance in 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Steve Brown, Public Works. Yes, we have a requirement to publish those significant industrial users that were in significant non-compliance during the previous calendar year. This publication must be done before March 28th in the Elkhart Truth. We had 4 facilities that were in significant non-compliance: Buoyant Beauty Healthcare, Home Care Plant, Dimensional Metals Products, doing business as RC Industries, Beambo Bakeries, and Hydro Extrusion.
Anybody have any questions? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the staff recommendation to delist Welch Packaging's industrial wastewater discharge permit number 96-04 located at 1020 Herman Street and permit number 2017-02 located at 1130 Herman Street from classification as significant industrial users.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Steve?
Yes, Welch Packaging, they operate under 2 industrial wastewater discharge permits. One is for the corrugating facility and the other for the ink formulating facility. They have requested both facilities to be reclassified as non-significant industrial users. With the updated ordinance, we are in an agreement with this to proceed with them being delisted as a significant industrial users and being reclassified as non-significant industrial users. We will still conduct inspections and sampling events to make sure that they're in compliance with the ordinance.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, for discussion purposes, I move that we find Elkhart General Hospital permit number 85-04 in violation of their industrial wastewater discharge permit requirements and assess penalties, and in accordance with the City of Elkhart's enforcement response plan, impose a penalty in the amount of $1,000.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Steve?
Yes, Elkhart General Hospital unfortunately failed to self-monitor 10 different parameters that is required within their permit. The recommended penalty, according to the enforcement response plan, is $1,000, $100 per parameter not sampled. This was a renewed permit, and unfortunately, this happened. So we do have a representative here from Elkhart General.
Before the rep comes up, does anyone have any additional questions for Steve? Seeing none, okay, you're welcome. Morning. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Board. Jeff Herman, Director of Facilities for Beacon Health, Elkhart General Hospital. We were in violation. We did not conduct the proper testing. We have worked with Mr. Brown and Mr. Mendoza with the city to ensure that our outside third-party vendor does do the correct testing in the correct intervals at this time. We have gone back and done the testing. So we would like to ask for a variance on the recommended, the recommended $1,000 fine.
Specifically what?
We would like to see if it could be waived.
Okay. Board, what are your thoughts on this?
I think I'd want to hear from Steve a little bit more. What was the process? Were you in touch with them? Did they know that this was going on? What's the timeline here?
Yes, so typical procedure with permit renewals, we draft a permit. We issue the drafted permit to the industry for their review to make sure that there's nothing contrary. And during that window, if we don't hear anything, we proceed with bringing the drafted permit to the board for their approval. And then after it has been approved by the board, we also hand deliver the finalized permit to the industry and also update them with their requirements. So
It then is their responsibility to pass it on to your third party then? And the third, so then the third party received it, but they did not act on it?
Yes, it was overlooked when basically we've undergone a bunch of management changes. And when they received the new permit, it was an oversight and they did miss those parameters at that time. We had installed a brand new flume meter on our discharge. That was installed, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I believe in early November 2025.
Okay, well, anybody need additional information? Okay,
I guess my only question would be, is this the first violation ever of Elkhart General Hospital, or what's the history here?
no.
I'm sorry, what was
Is
that?
there any other history of violations, or is this the first ever?
In this manner, this is the first violation for self-monitoring. There was a bit of a challenge with getting them to comply with the discharge meter, but once it was brought to their attention, they got the job done. So with the discharge meter, overall, Elkhart General has been very compliant, great corporate citizens. As you guys know, it's up to the board what you guys want to do with the penalty.
Okay. Okay, is anyone willing to make a motion? Okay. So I'm looking for a motion then to approve the $1,000 Fine, and second. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes. Moving on.
Well, Mr. Chair, I move that we find Ontois Township Sewer District permit number 2000-02 in violation of the Enforcement Response Plan and in accordance with the City of Elkhart's Enforcement Response Plan, impose a penalty in the amount of $1,000.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Steve?
Yes, we conducted routine monitoring in February for Onslow Township. The results were exceedances for the maximum and the average. According to the enforcement response plan, the recommended penalty is $1,000. There's also penalties for being above being more, that's the limit, exceeding the limit more than 20%. So the total recommended penalty for this is $1,000. And we do have representatives from Onto
Okay.
today.
Thank you. So you said that representatives from Onto are here or online? Okay, please. Hello, come forward. Yep. Sure, and state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is John Bossler. I'm a wastewater board member at Ontois Township. We looked into this pretty hard. We control H2S in our system by the injection of bioxide. Bioxide is an aqueous solution of calcium nitrate. This happened over a week, and we've been doing this for a long time, and this is our first violation in a long time, years. We had a chemical pump failure, and it happened over a weekend. And the chemical pump apparently froze, although we have specifications that say that this product won't freeze below, or freezing point is 30 degrees Fahrenheit, below 30. Hold on, let me go slow here. The freezing point of the solution we're injecting is negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we're not sure what our system got to, but it wasn't 30 below. So this tells us that we have another problem, that the vendor's either supplying material that's low concentration and we're getting cheated, or something else is going on, but we're looking into that now. The point being, however, is that this happened over a weekend. The minute we saw that we had a out-of-spec situation, we looked at it, we found the chemical pump not operating. We fixed it immediately. We're back online and we're in spec. So that's what's going on here. To prevent it from happening again, we do have our own H2S monitoring system with the same type of equipment that you're using, and we have it calibrated frequently, send it back to the manufacturer. And if this happens again, we're going to have to come back and say, okay, how often are you guys calibrating? Are we looking at this thing in a rational way? And we're going to talk to the vendor. You say, wait a minute, it's supposed to freeze at 30 below zero, and it's freezing. I don't know what it actually got down to. It's a little tough to say, but it certainly wasn't that cold. So that's where we are on this. We're fairly comfortable that we know what happened, what's going to prevent it from happening again, and we'll move on if that's acceptable to you guys. We do think, though, that getting fined like this, we're a small organization. We can't afford to get a lot of fines, and we're working very hard to see that doesn't happen. So this is a disappointment if we had to be here and tell you what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions, I'd be glad to talk.
Questions?
Well, in part, it sounds like this is also something you need to take up with the vendor.
I'm sorry?
This is something you need to take up with the vendor as well, then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're obviously it's a aqueous solution of calcium nitrate. Now, the water that they put in there is free to them, and the calcium nitrate is where the cost is. So that they can have an opportunity to make money by giving us lower concentration product. And we get certificates of analyses. And matter of fact, we're having another load come in today, I think, or tomorrow. And we're going to look at real hard at these things. And we haven't been taking samples. We don't have a lab, you know, it's me and Bridget and a few other people. And we can take samples and you can measure the concentration of calcium nitrate by just measuring the density. It's not tough to do. But with no lab and without people specifically designed to do this, it's something that we don't normally do. But if this happens again, we'll take a little more aggressive approach with the vendor.
You mentioned the calibration. What does the manufacturer say? How often does that need to happen?
I don't know. Bridget? Twice a year.
Okay. Is that what the manufacturer recommends?
That's the manufacturer's recommendation.
Okay.
And it's sending these instruments back to their Arizona, they calibrate them and they send them back to us. And we've been doing this for 10 years, you know, I mean, and we don't have many problems. Well,
Okay. Board, what's your pleasure here? Anybody? Okay, all right. I guess so. We'll go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
okay, thanks for your time.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the consent order related to the fog violations for Bimbo Bakery's industrial wastewater discharge permit number 2006-03.
Second.
Motion and a second. Steve?
Yes, Bimbo Bakeries, one of our significant industrial users. The bakery had some challenges last year with multiple fog violations, fat oils and grease violations, which has moved us forward for a consent order. And we've worked with Bimbo Bakeries to come up with this consent order to get them back on track and keep them on the straight and narrow, moving forward with compliance. So you guys should have the consent order, and the consent order is just to move them forward and keep them on from not continuing to violate fat soils and grease. The consent order has also been reviewed by legal, and legal has approved it. And we do have representatives from Bimbo, should you have any questions.
Okay. Thank you. Does anyone from Bimbo wish to address the board? Okay, online? Okay. Please, if you wish to make a statement, please state your name. Okay. We're trying to unmute you just a moment.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning, and thank you for allowing us the opportunity to have this moment with you all. We do acknowledge that there has been some operational inconsistencies at the bakery, which has led to the consent decree. We have met with the City of Elkhart's wastewater team. I believe we do have a plan in place that will help us resolve the issues that we have at the bakery. We have already started working on our best management practices. We've hired a third party to help give us guidelines and just provide some oversight of how the bakery is operating and what improvements can be made there. And she is on a call with us today, so we do have her expertise with us. Also, we've already began training with our bakery team to help alleviate some of the issues that we've noticed at the bakery. So we are hoping that by the time the the consent order is enforced in June, that improvements would have already been seen. We are committed to compliance and committed to being good corporate citizens. So we are working diligently just to make sure that we are on the right path, as Steve mentioned. So we just wanted to give you that assurance that we are taking it seriously and we're working to make things better for everyone.
Okay, thank you. I may have missed it. Did you state your name?
Oh, my apologies. Yes, my name is Shelley Tenor, and I'm the Senior Manager of Corporate Environmental and Sustainability with BBU.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments? For the board? Okay. Anyone else from the public wish to make any statement? Seeing none, bring it back to the board for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Okay. Are we going to do this Baker Tilly engagement letter at the same time as the scope appendix or separately?
Have a motion?
Oh, okay. Do you prefer to do them together or separately? The append? They need, okay. That's what I need to know. Thank you. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve and authorize the controller to execute and sign the agreement with Baker Tilly Advisory Group LP.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second.
Hello again.
Hello?
So as outlined in your memo, this amendment expands upon the previously approved agreement to provide continued advisory support in several key areas. These include assistance with the city's comprehensive financial plan, analysis of the legislation session impacts specific to the city of Elkhart, and any additional financing needs as they arise. This continued partnership with Baker Tilly is important to ensure we have the appropriate financial expertise and strategic guidance as we navigate both the current and upcoming fiscal initiatives. The agreement has been approved by legal or reviewed by legal, and at this time, we are requesting that the Board of Works approve an amendment that authorizes the controller to execute the agreement with Baker Tilly Advisory Group. Thank you.
Very good. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we authorize the city of Elkhart to enter in the scope appendix with Baker Tilly Advisory Group LP for the purpose stated above, which is to provide financial advice to the city for the funding of the construction of an overpass for Hively Avenue, and authorize Corporation Counsel to execute the agreement upon council's approval.
May I have a second?
Second.
Have motion and a second. Hello, Kevin.
Good morning, Board. Kevin Davis, City Legal. The memo says it all. If I have any questions.
I didn't have any. Anyone questions or comments for Kevin, since he came all the way here?
Thank you, Board.
Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the event face painting Imagination Station contract for the Elkhart Environmental Center in the amount of, let's see, unknown.
You remember the amount, Jeff?
There's actually two events, and there's probably going to be two different amounts.
Okay. You know, if you really wanted approval, you'd have shown up with your face painted. Saying,
We'll make a note of that for
okay.
next year.
It looks like it's an hourly rate of 60 per hour.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. What's going on?
We have two events. We have the Pollinaire Promenade and the Haunted event, Haunted Walk in the Woods. And we're going to be painting kids. And for the Haunted, we're offering like a discount, like a small little face paint free for kids. And then they can pay for the more elaborate glitter ones that Andrew typically gets.
There we go. All righty. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. There you go.
Mr. Chair, I move that we ratify partial payment requests number 7 and number 8 in the amount of $24,111 to Roberts Environmental Services LLC from SRF Loan WW221620005 for remediation work performed at 1101 East Beardsley Avenue.
Second.
Motion and a second. Morning.
Morning, Jacob Wolgemuth, Development Services. This is just in the ongoing payments to Roberts Environmental for work that they are doing for remediating 1101 Beardsley, the former Con band instrument site.
Any questions? Are there any development plans specifically for that site?
I don't
Anybody
believe
interested?
specifically, no. We will be in remediation for at least the summer. Actually, EPA is getting ready to mobilize out there mid to late April. And then when they've completed their work, which 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, then Roberts Environmental will go out and then complete their portion of the work. So that's probably most of the summer.
So this will be the last of the remediation, we hope for that?
We hope, yes.
Yeah. So based on what's there, do you know what kind of possible, or what's getting cleaned up, what kind of uses?
I didn't bring a list of, are you talking about contaminants, impacts?
Right, like, obviously residential, it
Yeah,
requires a different kind of cleanup than a parking lot,
The idea is to clean it up to residential standards.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, pose same sign, motion passes. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the attached amendment to and authorize James Gerald, IT Director, to sign and execute the amended agreement with Pantera on behalf of the board.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, pose same sign, motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the request of the City of Elkhart Fleet Manager Josh Holt to purchase a dump truck build for Buildings and Grounds Department using Sourcewell Contract 0901-222 for a total cost of $118,411.93.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
Morning, Board. Matt Powell, Assistant Fleet Director.
Matt.
This is just budget. It's a replacement of another one that's out of service.
This was a capital request.
It is a capital request.
In Sourcewell, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you need to yell at them, I don't know. Nothing too bad.
Well, I don't question that we need more dump trucks.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in, Josh, but I think we got this unless anybody's got a question. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Dump truck passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the Economic Development Partnership Grant with Elkhart County Symphony. In the amount of $20,000. Okay. Oh, that's it.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I
signify by-
actually am interested. Alex, do you want to talk to that a little bit? What's all this being planned?
So I can speak a little bit to it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Yeah.
This is an annual grant that we provide to the Elkhart County Symphony. They provide, I believe it is, it's been a while. I think it's 4 or 5 concerts in the county, but they're going to provide 3, I believe, in the city this year. And so we support them annually.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So,
Okay.
good.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the request of the City of Elkhart Fleet Manager to purchase a Ford F-350 snowplow truck for the street department. For a total cost of $57,533.68.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Have a motion.
Second.
It's just being purchased in a little different way. So it is also a replacement for street department.
So do a trade-in?
Actually, this one, yes, this one was given to us at a good deal because it's a 25, hasn't been used very much. Was a dealer demo, basically. They used it to plow their lot. So
Okay.
it's good to go and they give us good deals, so.
Very good. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the transfer of fixed assets form for the police department regarding a large bomb suit.
That we sent to Las Vegas. Second.
Yeah, motion and a second.
Yeah, I have some questions about this.
There's no sense of urgency. We can move it to the next.
Yeah, we might want to, usually we would do an agreement before we transferred something to another department. Maybe we should table this.
Motion to table?
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's tabled.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the agreement with RX Optical My Eye Doctor on behalf of the HR department.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. Morning, Gloria.
Good morning, Gloria Lopez, Human Resources Manager. So we currently utilize My Eye Doctor for the safety glasses for our employees. And the only difference now is that My Eye Doctor is requiring that we have a minimum employees, which we do meet the minimum, but they just want it now in writing. So that's the only change to our safety program that we currently have. Otherwise, they would have to direct bill our employees and seek reimbursement.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the increase to the allowance for employee prescription safety glasses on behalf of the HR department.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second.
So there was a price increase by $2. The permanent side shields increased by $1 and the warranty increased by another $1. And so we're asking for approval of this increase. It has been reviewed by legal and the controller's office. And so we do require employees to have the warranty and we pay for the warranty. This helps secure at least a year if there is any type of accidental breakage or any of that. Within that 1 year, they go back and get a free pair.
Question, is this option available to all employees, regardless of whether they are in a union
All employees, correct, all employees regardless of whether they're in a union or not.
or job description?
It is required for the employees who are exposed to needing the PPE for outfield. So if I'm an office personnel and I don't need safety glasses, I don't get the safety glasses.
Sure. Okay. And what is the amount that the city pays for that? You know offhand?
So it is broken down. It depends on whether it's a single vision, bifocal, trifocal, or progressive lens. So the lenses have different pricing allowances, 40 for single, 60 for bifocal, 70 trifocal, and $100 for progressive. But the standard price of the standard frame, the side shields, and the warranty are $60. That's added on to whatever the lens. Now, the employee can choose to go with like a premium frame or add on specifics to their lenses, but that it is a cost that they do have to pay out of pocket.
Okay, thank you. And then I assume there'll be some notification, I guess, to the employees so they know.
Yes, so typically what happens is there's an authorization form that the office manager at each department has to give to the employees. So the employees do have to request to get new safety glasses, and it is monitored by each department and paid by each department.
Okay. All right, thank you. If there's no more questions, go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the agreement for an independent website audit to meet 2026 DOJ requirements with usable net.
Okay, I have a motion.
Second.
Oh, sorry, in the amount of $12,925.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Alex,
Any questions?
what do you want to tell us?
This is in preparation for the 2026 DOJ requirements for accessibility. ADA has pretty much been for sidewalks and streets. Now they're expanding those standards to online accessibility in a more formalized manner. So this is an opportunity for us to have a professional audit done to make sure that come April of 2026 that we're in good standing and have made a good faith effort to be as as up to their standards as possible.
Okay, thanks.
Do you need us to delegate you responsibility to sign, or this isn't online or anything?
I think there's a spot to sign on the third page. It's weird.
For us to sign?
Yes.
Perfect.
Rose always told me don't sign anything for the city. So I'll let you guys do that. Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. I'm signing.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the following use and event permits. Provida Downtown Rhythm Fest, May 9th. Junk in the Trunk, June 7th. Ignite Graduation Party, June 13th. And August 15th? Is that right? Okay, June 13th. Corpus Christi Procession, June 7th. Customer Appreciation Day, April 18th. Regional Worship Night, May 31st. Curbside Concerts, May 22nd, May 29th, June 5th. June 12th, June 19th, June 20th, June 26th, July 3rd, August 28th, September 4th, September 11th, September 18th, and September 25th. Beardsley Discovery Center Grand Opening, May 1st. No Kings in America Rally and March on March 28th. Thor Industries Elkhart Riverwalk Grand Prix, August 7th through August 8th. Kids Free Fishing Clinic, June 6th. Independence Day Celebration, July 4th. Movies in the Park Series, June 5th, June 19th, July 10th, July 24th, and August 7th. BARG Lift Your Voices Rally, April 11th.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I move that we award quote 26-05 on-call manhole and inlet casting adjustments to Premium, who submitted the lowest responsive bid with a contract price in the amount of $2,016.25.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Jeff Schaefer, city engineer, any questions?
No.
If not, appreciate your
Bad.
reviewing these bids.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Is there anything else that we've missed? Is it towards the time for, okay, public participation? Is there anybody here in the audience that would like to address the board? Anything that was not on the agenda? Seeing none, is there anyone online who would like to address the board on anything? Seeing none, we'll close the public participation. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.